Welcome back to the channel. What is going on with the goings on with the YSL juror? The judge received a letter from a juror saying that he is frustrated and is biased and is not liking how the state is handling the case, and he wants to be removed. So we're going to get straight into what the judge had to say, as well as the defense and the prosecuting team. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, and definitely turn on your notification bell. So when I get the drop, you get the drop. And thank you for tuning in. Let's get it.
Issue because we can't have more than one normal no issue trial day in a row. So I have one of the jurors this morning. Interestingly, he sent two different drafts of it. The first says, it's to my assistant. When you have a moment, please relay this to the judge. Good morning, Judge Whitaker. I am requesting to be removed from the current case due to the length of this trial and how the state has handled this case. I can no longer be unbiased towards any decisions moving forward. Yesterday, I provided a glimpse of how the state presented its evidence, and I foresee another 3 to 6 months with the remaining defendants. Thanks. But then that's not what he really meant to send, because he said, I didn't mean to send this version, not the other one, with a minor correction. Hope all is well. When you have a moment, can you relay this email to the judge? Good morning, Judge Whitaker. I am requesting to be removed from the current case due to the length of this trial and how the state has handled this case. I will be biased towards any decisions moving forward. Yesterday, I provided a glimpse of how the state presented its evidence, and I foresee another 3 to 6 months with the remaining defendants. Thanks. Now, this is the same juror who a few months back asked to be removed from the case and provided no reason whatsoever. And so I just ignored it. I just said, no, you're not removed. Doesn't work that way. And so I think this is just a ploy to get off of a case that he's sick of being on because it's taking up his time. Obviously, we can have him out and privately, not with the other jurors around, and ask whatever questions we want of him. Willing to hear what anybody has to say about it.
I don't know from the court's perspective if this would be appropriate, but I action to informing this juror that it might not be 3 to 6 months. And I think it might not be 3 to 6 months or whatever he said, and I think that's honest at this point.
I mean, I think it's fair to say we have no expectation that it'll be another 3 to 6 months.
He said that he is biased
towards any decisions, whatever that means.
But he specifically talked about the state and how the state is cleaning up this case. So therefore, the state would have some concern with the juror not being able to remain fair and impartial, given what his language was. He didn't say to either side.
He didn't. He said, I will be biased towards any decisions moving forward. Yesterday, provided a glimpse of how the state presented its evidence, and I foresee another 3 to 6 months with the remaining defendants. And frankly, you have to start a case unbiased, but as you listen to the evidence, as long as you don't deliberate with anybody, you can mold the evidence in your own mind. And frankly, if y'all are presenting the case in a way that is driving a juror crazy, that's on you.
And I understand that he is, it appears that he is, his thoughts at this point is that and maybe that's what we need to ask him, whether or not he's still be fair and impartial.
certainly think that would be appropriate. So I'm looking for some kind of the general language that we give about needing to decide the case based on the evidence. So once I find that, we'll get him out and y'all can ask whatever questions you want.
Here's a pure example on what the juror is speaking on. The state brought up a doctor for an autopsy of a victim of Little Rod's. Why would you bring that doctor up? Little Rod is no longer in the trial. So yeah, that is a waste of time. Remember 403. But let's continue.
All right, any cross for this witness?
Briefing, Your Honor. Doctor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What day did you perform this autopsy?
On Sunday, February 24th, 2019.
And you have testified at hearings regarding this case previously, correct?
I believe so.
Okay, and the defendants in this case in the death of Jamari Holmes were Rodelius Ryan and Damone Blaylock, correct?
I do not know.
Okay, thank you. Nothing further.
Now the judge does bring out the juror and speak with him. And she goes over his email to her. And she keeps him on board. Now, comment below to let me know your thoughts. I really believe this juror will be biased and say not guilty because of how his feelings is toward the state. But that's just my opinion. Comment below, let me know your thoughts, and thank you again for tuning in. Let's continue.
Can we get number 56 out, please? Did you email? Good morning.
Good morning.
So I am in receipt of a correspondence from you this morning, and I'm actually in receipt of both versions of it because you sent one and then you adjusted it, and my assistant had already sent that one to me, so I have both. And you seem to be expressing concerns about the length of the trial. And I've discussed that with all of the attorneys, and we all feel comfortable representing that there is really, it's almost certain that this trial will be over far before 3 to 6 months have elapsed. I think it is probable that it will be over before the end of this year. So I'd like to find out whether that assuages any of your concerns.
Given that it's a probable amount as is, but I will, if it prolongs, then I will send a correspondence and it goes into 2025.
All right. Let me ask you as well. You said that you, first you said you could no longer be unbiased, and then you said that you would be biased towards any decisions moving forward. Is that because of your worries about how long the case might take?
Yes.
Okay.
I projected when we first began this entire case, we were projected to be in, 6 months and then to a year.
Yeah.
And then the circumstances in between, I just feel like it's too long.
Yeah.
I love what I do for a living. I miss what I do.
Yeah.
And it's been hindering a lot of things with family and friends. And
Yeah.
so since you used probable in the sentence, and so therefore I can you're assuring that this will probably go toward the 2020 years, right? And therefore I can still stay on board.
Okay. Let me ask you a couple of other things as well. I know that you were instructed with some version of entering the case and considering the evidence with an open mind and not reaching any final conclusions until the trial is over with. Can you continue to the evidence with an open mind?
Given the information that we just discussed, and yes, I
All right. Okay, and can you decide this case based only on the evidence that is presented in the law that I give you, and not on whether you like or dislike anybody's presentation style?
If you work that way, then yes, I can go along with that.
All right. All right. Do any of the attorneys have questions for this juror?
I do not.
All right.
I do not. No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll excuse you to the jury room, and we'll have y'all all back in just a minute. Thank you.